I mean, there's a big disconnect between him and his players, Tony, and there could be a lot bigger things coming for the Celtics because I don't see them winning. They look like they went for Magic Johnson to say, and Magic, the only organization Magic respects more than the Celtics are his Lakers. For him to say they quit, I believe Magic 100%, and I talked to other players in real time, Hall of Famers, who believe they quit too. That's wow. That's a story.
Yeah, I mean, I always look at these questions from the eyes of somebody who writes a sports column. And the immediate sports column is the Celtics. There's no question about that. Many people have said what you are saying, that, you know, the coach is to blame here. And it's possible that's true. It's possible that, you know, this is too big a stage for him. He's in his first year, but it didn't look that way in the regular season at all. And I think back to, you know, Philadelphia blaming Doc Rivers was complete the full set. How about you?
Well, yeah, I got something I believe in my house called a mantle. It's not going in the bathrooms, I can tell you that. Not Mickey either.
A mantle is a show-off thing. People come to your house and showing off.
That's right. That's right.
That's not right. Show-off. Welcome to PTI, boys
and
girls. In today's episode, the Lakers are in a tough spot. Carmelo Anthony officially retires, and Brooks Koepka wins the PGA Championship. But we begin today with the Celtics losing again last night to the Heat. This one was in Miami, and this one was a rout. The Celtics trailed by 30 points after three quarters. Boston is now down 3-0 in games. Wilbon, are you more interested in the Heat's success or the Celtics' collapse?
Tony, I guess in the short term, we're still 24 hours, less than that, out from the Celtics collapse. And I guess maybe I'm more fascinated with that. I woke up and I thought one thing, and I'm thinking, wow, the Heat, and they get all these undrafted players, and they have non-stars except for Jimmy Butler, and to some point, you know, Kyle Lowry, who's, you know, wearing the championship ring, and Bam Adebayo, who's been good for a long time. But I got time for them because they're going to be around. They're going to be in something called the NBA Finals. What I'm more interested in right now in the short term is the Celtic collapse, a complete and utter collapse. And, you know, there's lots of talk about, well, who's to blame? A lot of people, the stars, the coach. I don't know that I really want to put any on the front office, except maybe if they selected the wrong coach in the...
Let me just say this, that the record of teams that are down 3-0 historically is 0-149. That's not a small sample size. I want to go larger picture here for a second. It's possible these two series are over by tomorrow night.
Yeah.
It's possible teams get swept. The NBA Finals is not allegedly going to start until June 1st. That would be June 9 days away. That's bad business. It's bad business for the NBA. It's bad business for ABC and ESPN because you have teams in there in Denver and Miami that will attract hardcore basketball fans, but not casual fans in the way that the Lakers and the Celtics would. So if I run the league, I go to ESPN and I say, let's move this up. Let's start early. Let's be flexible. I don't know. Just be flexible. If you wait 9 days, your audience is non-existent and it's bad business. They shouldn't do it. They shouldn't do it if they're sweeps.
Let's move to...
is not great when the light is bright so far. So I'm trying to think about this in terms of the Celtics. And to me, Mike, it's possible that the way they beat Philadelphia by winning Game 6 and Game 7 just took everything out of them. Maybe they wanted to beat Philadelphia more than any other team in the playoff because of that proximity and that rivalry. Maybe they don't think of Miami in quite the same way. And maybe 51 points for Jason Tatum was all he had because he hasn't been good in this series. And Jaylen Brown, 2 for 20 from 3. So I'm trying to say that maybe the coaching thing is a little bit overstated and it falls on players more than coaches. We move now to the Lakers, who are themselves down 3-0. They play tonight against Denver, a team that honestly has looked decisively better in this series. Wilbon, you're physically in Los Angeles. Do you expect the Lakers to win tonight and stay alive in this series?
No, Tony, I don't. Because I think you get to a point in a series where both teams know who the better team is. And that's when that series ends. And I think we're at that point. We were not at that point coming into Game 3 because the Lakers hadn't lost at home. No team had lost at home. But we got there, and Tony, I'm looking at this, and yes, Jamal Murray had a great first half, and players like the Joker wasn't even at the game until the fourth quarter. It is not like Denver played so well in game 3 here in Los Angeles that you look at this and say, oh, the Lakers have got so much room here and they can blitz them at least one game and take this back to, no, I don't see that. Here's something else, Tony, historically, because of what happened with Ime Udoka, over the summer and losing a coach in which you thought, okay, this is going to be their guy and he can't be. Wow. I mean,